Hello, how's it going, everyone? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the Exercise Nick Show. I'm Exercise Nick. This is Exercise Nikki here to my side, and hey, on the show today, we'll just be streaming for the whole show, and we'll have the show in the afternoon, guys. If you're watching this, this is a fight for the stream right now. Right now, I'm trying to make sure that I could stream almost every day, guys. And I would like if you could if you want to help me, there's one way that you could. You can help me by actually just watching the stream live. So if you watch the stream live and and you have me playing in the background because some people like me for productivity or whatever it is, and even if I'm not here and I have to scoot away for a little bit, I'll be right back. The stream is going to be on. I would love to try for a 24-hour stream. I believe it's possible, right? And but I need your help, right? So let's if you could come in here, tell your friends, and watch art. We could do art together. I would also going to be featuring different people from our community who also does art and like to do 3D and design and all that whole thing. There's a lot of cool people out there that make plugins. There's also people that love to like just create stuff in Blender or create stuff in the GIMP, all that sort of stuff. So this is going to be like a really key time to do like a kind of marathon of trying to get as much content out there, so it would inspire anyone that watches, right, to pick up a pen to draw, anything like that, right? And of course, I am I love the Lord Jesus, so I do this in a way that's glorifying to him, right? As much as I can. So one of the things is that I'm a person that's working on art assets for a game called Soul 3000, and it's coming along, right? But we're gonna do a mad dash for this. I had kind of like, you know, some decisions to make, whether to continue streaming like this and this. I figure like the beer and all the colorful stuff is fun, so either I stream like this or I go you know we go more professional, right? So we do have a very professional stream, for the main company, right? And you know I feel it might be a little bit boring because we did stream on it a few times and whatever it is, and it's not about it's not about necessarily being all colorful and being over the top. It's just about me documenting the progress of creating Soul 3000. But I figured this format here would allow us to have a nice community and other people to showcase their work, their talent, and stuff like that, other than just having a company stream with just showing the company's products. So that's kind of the idea behind the Exercise Next show. I mean, I probably could have, as I said before in the past, I probably could have chose a better name for it, but that's what came to mind, right? So you're part of the Exercise Next show. You're part of the Exercise Next stream, and please join our Discord, and you'll see a lot of helpful things on there. A lot of cool posts that'll help you in your journey into doing art and just enjoying, right? It's pretty cool to watch these things here on Twitch. Anyways, I'm just gonna jump right in, guys. I might go a little silent, but I'm here, and when I'm about to leave, I'll let you know, and I'll be right back also, right? So let's get straight to it. Let's go. Let's get to some work. Let's do some work. Let's go. Okay, so last time I was looking at the bot. So we have some really fun stuff to do. So this is the new upgraded bot, and I wanted to see what he looks like in an engine as is if I export him. So let's do that. Actually, the way I want to start exporting things for characters is to have channel packing, which allows for better load times and all that. But let's see what it looks like without the channel pack. Also, I want to take a look at some FBX stuff here in a minute. So we're all in Blender, guys. Also, I want to model the interior of this bot, and that will be a complete Blender thing that we're going to do. Okay, let's see here. GLTF is like selected, and this is just a test to see if it works. Okay, bot test, GLB, static mesh. Okay, so I'm just gonna minimize this. We're gonna fire up the game engine. Close that. Running terminal. We go edit. So this should be pretty straightforward. Okay, so it's loaded here. Let's go into the horde mode, and this is where I test these different things. This horde level. It's really just a test level. I just gave it a cool name. Well, I think the word horde is a cool name. It's a cool thing. All right, so we exported it into the player 1. So we just want to see what the test looks like. This is a test. Let's right click onto this new inherited scene. Wow, that came in really nicely. That worked out in Blender. Wow, that is 100% top. That's 100% great. You don't have to do not one thing to this. Let's take a look at this in Blender. Wow. Lord, thank you. I mean, wow. This came in perfect. Okay, I gotta take a look at what the material looks like in this. See geometry. Click on that. Let's go surface. Okay, bot exe. Okay, this is what this looks like. Okay, so we have a normal map. We have an emission map. That's perfect. We got a roughness map on the green channel. We got a metallic map on the blue channel. I think the normal map is, I'm not sure, this is just a separate thing. So it's just basically these two channels here. And then we have a albedo. Shading. I'm just double checking all these different things. Okay, so you see we have two sides being rendered. We got to make sure there's cull mode on this. Let's go here into the shader. Now there is a part here in Blender that allows you to make sure that the culling is correct and all that sort of stuff. I'm not sure if it's still here, or it should still be here. Let's make sure we're in Eevee. Yep. Back face culling camera. Okay, let's turn that off. Yep, so you make sure back face culling is on all the materials. Okay, I'm gonna re-export this and see if it shows up in the engine like that. GLTF. I'm gonna, before I do that, you have to make sure that it's that we don't have it loaded in here. So I'm gonna close that. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and do that. So we don't want it rendering the inside and outside in the engine. That's basically what that does. New inherited scene. Okay, so now if I go in, it should be automatically off, and yeah, look at that, automatically off, which is what we want. We only want the surface render, we don't want the interior. This this model is feeling a lot more solid. So in the end, what is going to actually sell the solidness of this model is going to be, what's going to sell the solidness of this model is actually going to be the you know, it's going to be how the bones is put inside of here and how we animate it and all of that in the end. Okay, so I would like to do some channel packing in here, but hey, you know, I'm almost to the point where I just leave it alone, you know, don't touch it. This came in perfect. It's nice and solid. And if I'm, you know, we could channel pack in Blender. Let's go into shading mode and let's see what it looks like there. Yeah, the shading mode is pretty close. We do have a specular pass in here, but I turned it down to 0.5 tint. And I don't think the engine took the specular pass into account when it loaded this guy in here. Let's double check that. So we do have the albedo, that's fine. We do have the metallic, that's good. We do have the roughness, which is good. Emission is here, that is good. Normal map that's good. And I don't think there's any other shader in here, but let's check through rim, clear coat, anisotropic, ambient occlusion, height. I think this is where the other channel goes in. The red channel is the ambient occlusion channel. So you to put like an ambient occlusion pass in there to add extra shade on the character. Well, ambient occlusion is built into our texture also, which is probably not the right way, but it's working. You know, sometimes it's good to keep things simple. Height map, subsurface scattering, backlight, details. Yeah, there's a detail channel. I'm not sure exactly how to use that in here, and that's something I'm gonna have to look up. And they're supposed to add details. I think that what it wants to do when you go to a certain area here, it's supposed to add details, and it's supposed to be yeah. UVs, sampling. Let's get that. There's shadows, billboard, grow. I don't know what that is. Transform. Okay, proximity fade. I think proximity fade could be to do with if the camera is close to the object or not. And distance fade, yeah. So those things I'll have to work out later. You could definitely have a proximity fade once the camera gets too close to the guy. But wow, so far so good. Right, so I did some testing here on some channel packing. And the channel packing could work. There's a visual shader right here. Okay, this is where the channel packing happens here in the visual shader. You pull these different things out and you plug them into here. And the red channels ambient occlusion. So if you do ambient occlusion light effect and ambient occlusion 0, yep. And you kind of build back the mesh here, build back the model shading here. This here controls, yeah, that definitely controls how the color affects this the albedo. Yeah, see that? So you could do tints and that kind of thing. But we don't want to do that. Let's bring this. Let's bring this back here. So let's go 50 on that. And that's how it wants to treat white, you know. And it's always never good to use pure white if you want to use white in anywhere, you know. So this is with channel packing here, and this is without channel packing. That's what this test is. Psychic wacky. Okay, so the best way to channel pack that I've seen is using the GIMP. But you could do it in Blender too, but Blender channel pack is a little messy. So far I would say just loading it as is with just the individual things is good for now. It keeps it simple. If I unplug this tint value, and you know, the thing is, if you turn this down to like 3, then you cannot get what the tint value is trying to do here. And I think that's what I did before, right? But I'm gonna leave it 0.5. Gonna plug my tint back in. Right, it's non-color tint. And this is a tint for the specular. So there's a little bit of a mismatch in the game engine to opposed to what Blender wants to do. Okay, so my work is I gotta build the interior of this. Right now it looks like a coconut. So I'm gonna go ahead and make some collections. Let's go ahead, let's do that. New collection, call this bot. Base model. That's my first collection. And there's more things that's supposed to happen on this thing, but I'm gonna leave that there. Let's go ahead and hide that. All right, and then we have this one here. Okay. So you have to hold control if you want everything to. Let's treat cursor location. Hold control. So it's supposed to be control. Is it shift control? No, is it shift? Alt. Yeah, Alt. Alt would apply to everybody. Okay, so Alt. Okay, so let's put this into this new thing called interior. Interior model. Let's go new. Bot. 01 underscore. Let's create that. Okay, so we got our two things here. You can turn the exterior of this off to the exterior that off. We got these two. We could work with it this way too. Let's work with it in the material preview way. Okay, so there's some things I gotta get rid of, and let's just go ahead and do that. Okay, we're gonna build this part of the model back up. I think Blender has like a grid fill thing. Let's see if we could use that to help. Let's check grid fill. That's not bad. That's what we need. This looks gross. we're gonna make something better. Let's just get rid of that mass. Okay, we can solve everything else after. Okay, let's go ahead and save that. Okay, I want to do a half on this part here while we're in here doing that stuff. Let's go ahead. Delete half of that. Okay, let's do a mirror on that. Let's see if we could fix this part here real quick. Front view. And I believe there's a way to make this like a circle thing. If you have loop tools enabled, loop tools, and then press circle, and it'll just make this kind of circular. And that's kind of a nice way to kind of make things uniformed, more uniform. Scale it down a bit. Yeah, there we go. The interior doesn't have to be this complex, but we'll see how this goes. Certainly these dimple things don't have to be there. I'm just gonna go ahead and just cap that off. And we're just gonna do it this way. Collapse. Alright, just cap that off like that. Some triangles. We're just going a little bit at a time here. One thing is that we got to bring in our hero, just to make sure that the hero could fit inside of this. Okay, I'm looking to see what I could extrude. Let's go here. Let's extrude from the bottom here. So let's go grab and delete this row of polygons. Go to vertex here and let's see if we could adjust some of this vertex. Let's tweak. Go to tweak mode and let's tweak some of these in a somewhat decent way as much as we can. Just get rid of these extra hanging verts. Okay, we're going to try to flatten this area. It's going to be a little unconventional, but I believe we could do it. Okay, I'm gonna grab Z, bring that down a bit. Okay, I think we have a floating vert here. I'm just gonna get rid of that. Okay, got floating verts. Okay, we can connect this and that. J. You could get anything to work with polygon modeling, you know. Let's make this into a circle also. Using all nifty little loop tools. Something's going on here. There's a hanging vert there. Another hanging vert. Let's go on here. Tool circle. Perfect. Just gonna scale the scene. Scale Z 0. Okay, I'm gonna extrude. Oh, let's do some little bit of tweaking here to kind of free up that area there. Okay, grab this back again. Extrude Z. All right, and then I'm gonna merge them in the center. Oops, not last. Okay. From here, I'm gonna scale that and scale Z 0. Let's do the same thing with this one. Okay, then we could go into sculpting. So you notice I'm using the sculpting brush to kind of like relax some of the verts. Another way you could do that is by using the proportional editing tool here. Proportional modeling tool in Blender. But this is just as good too. I think that's fine like that. Okay, go something like there. A lot of atrocities. If you go through this, you could see like a lot of like these kind of converging cuts and all that sort of stuff that probably shouldn't even be there, but it's all good. As you go along, we'll adjust with some polygon modeling and that kind of thing. I think what I want to do is to view the wireframe on top here, but very lightly. Opacity is very low, so we can kind of see what we're doing. Okay, we're creating like an inner shell for this guy. Continue doing the tweak. Anything that's overlapping like that, and we could go through with this. If you're going to sculpting mode, go through. I'm using the smooth brush, and that's kind of like evening out the, you know, evening out some of these areas. I know in Blender there's different debug modes in here actually. for you to view different properties on the mesh. Do backface culling while we do that stuff. Okay, let's go into here. I'm gonna go ahead and save this. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is to bring our character in and try to get that going. So yes, a few things here that may need some straightening up. You could get rid of this extra. There you go, the extra edges. Scale. Okay, let's go ahead and go into loop tools. So circle. Yeah, circle it. No matter what. Yeah, we had all these things converging here, and that's not the right way. Let's see what we could do about this. I'm not sure, but I'm thinking maybe a grid fill might work in this instance. X that. Okay, let's select all the outer edges. That did not work. I think it needs to like know exactly what's going on where. You need more of like an edge, like an angle. So it's a 1, 2, 3. Something like that. You need more of an angle for it to like detect that you're trying to fill. Yeah, something like that. Okay, it should work now. Oh, it's almost working. Is this uneven numbers like that, there, that. That's not uneven. Oh, I wonder if this is throwing it off right here. That could be. This part here is not leading to anywhere that goes up there. What if I do this? J join. Okay. Let's see if we get it now. Almost. Still skipping. It's almost on the same level. I probably could have done my own grid fill here by now. Wow. Alright, I'm gonna do my own. Let's go F, J, J. It's okay. It can't detect everything. I think that's the way to get rid of these spiral things. Ah, yeah, we come up short right here. Let's take the middle part. Might be able to get rid of these edges right here. Okay. That'll have to work for now. Let's try this sort of nipple right here. Whoa, what's going on here? I'm in the wrong. Okay, there we go. See if grid fill will just work off the bat here. I don't think so, but let's see. That's not bad. I'll take that. We could get rid of one of these things, these edges, for sure. There we go. Oh, there's more. Oh, there's stuff there. And that's why. Okay. Not perfect, but you got rid of those nipple things. You gotta get rid of the ones up here also. Loop tool, circle. Just gonna rotate this. You know you can rotate in Blender, you can rotate things based on your view also, by just hitting rotate in whatever view you're looking at. Okay. There's a lot of cleanup that could happen in here, because this could be a whole lot simpler. We don't need to show a lot of different doodads on this mesh. Let's come in here. I just want to take a look at this one area. Just still rotating that there. Grab it, let's just move it like that. Scroll it down a little bit. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, just trying to kind of get the surface of this working. Again, there's a lot of optimization that could happen on this. We just kind of want to get it in some kind of order. Even all these things that's happening around here, it's just way too much. Okay, so in here you could set the smoothness, smooth shading. I think it's right click. You could go like flat, then you could go shade smooth, auto smooth. It's probably what we want. Okay, let's see if we could just go ahead and scale X and then 0 on that. And let's move this to 0. Yeah, I should fix all that. Okay, so we got the interior of this thing. I think it's pretty cool. I want to turn let's turn the wireframe opacity down a lot more. Barely noticeable. Alright. And then what I'm gonna do is just bring the character in. So we gotta see like a good version of the hero. I'm gonna open let's open a new blender. You should be able to we should be able to just click here and go like new or whatever, but it's all good. It's not set up that way. Just come here, double click it right here, it's a new blender. Let's look for the lady character. Okay. Characters. This is the lady character right here. Body here. Head paint, suit split. I believe I had the suit split in a different way. Let's take a look at this. For this one. Let's see the concept behind it. It's opening. Okay. Oh, it's not bad. So sometimes it's good to bring this stuff in. These are the concepts. It's loading. Where did her hair go? Not sure why that happened like that, but anyways. This is a good blueprint of how the shoot's supposed to split. We did follow most of this, thank God. Okay, it's a split at the knee. Okay. This is interesting to know. So let's grab her. Let's grab the suit. Let's copy. Let's go over by our part here. Let's paste it in. We're actually gonna try to make it functional. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna probably do some sculpting based upon what I'm seeing here. So I'm gonna make a new folder for this. New collection. So this is like a concept. Okay. So obviously it can't be like this because her crotch is not lined up with the crotch of the thing. So I'm gonna grab her. It's gonna be higher. She's got to be like that. Bring a little bit more. And this is better because her face is lining up with the faceplate. Let's bring her up a little bit more. Let's bring her out. So the concept split is great, but it really I kind of like the way that this is partly split like that, and this is really bringing her up to the faceplate of that, and this could be where she sits. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to bring her down just a smidgen. I like the partly split split boots. I think that's definitely a way. See, stuff like this is sometimes what makes you know, where you go overall edit, and that's why a lot of video games that are coming out, they have a lot of rework in them. You know, you're like, when is it gonna release? But you know, by the time like they, okay, now arm's supposed to go through here, so look at that. So I mean, the body could work through like this, but you know, see what happens here, guys? I lose that nice boot split thing there in the concept. It's all good. It's not a big deal. It's just I gotta come up with something that's cooler. You know, so you see now we lose this her legs partly. You know, like in a concept here. Let's hide some of these things. Hold on here. Let's hide Janice for a minute. Okay. Yeah, so this is a cool concept with the, you know, like the boot partly split here. I like that, right? The boot is partly split and her legs are inside of there. But when it builds up, it's gonna like kill her, right? Because when this thing raises up, hold on, where is the, okay, let's make sure we have the right thing selected. At least turn this on. Okay. When this raises up, it's probably gonna kill her because it's gonna like split right into her. She's got to fit in there really nicely. So I think what ended up happening is that her foot settles up where the joint is, which is okay because this thing is, in actuality, it is taller than an actual person. So we got to create something inside of here that's going to allow for that. You know, some kind of a foot thing in here, and that's the fun part, right? And she could climb up in here and that kind of thing. So let's go back and let's start to split this. So we have the concept. Let's hide that for a minute, and let's unhide all the other extra pieces. Okay, so we got a split here, but we know that this has got to split this way also, and then her thing's supposed to happen in here. So okay, I'm gonna come in here, I'm gonna select these two things, and I think they're both rotated 90. I think it's Alt, and if you hit 0, so everything right, so it closes back up. Right, so we need another split. The other split is happening right here at the joint. Let's go ahead and do it. It is what it is, guys. Trying to think where to split this is the best. Okay, probably here. No, probably a little ways back. Let's look at let's make sure we got the shading properly. Okay, yeah, it's got to split back this way. Right, and you know, we could definitely do some poly modeling on this to kind of raise up the level of detail that's supposed to happen here. Alright, so this is another split here. It's not a true split in the sense of the word that it, you know, splits open, but it's separates. Okay, so use a Y. Alright, and I separated that. So now this is a separate thing. L. Ooh, no. Let's try that again. Let's go to the vertex. Y. Oops. So undo that. Okay, let's try that again. I think it's V for rip. Yep, we're V. My bad, guys. Alright, that truly separates that. Let's go L. Let's go P. Not P, but P in terms of the key that I'm pressing. Alright, let's go V here to rip. Okay, so we gotta do some cleanup here. Let's come here. Let's go half and half with this. Faces. Go wireframe to make sure we select everything. Okay. Let's get rid of that. So we got half of that. Got the other half of this guy. Let's go ahead, wireframe. Let's mirror this guy. Let's go ahead and mirror this guy. Let's do the same thing with the back. Delete this. I believe this is all nice and squared away. Yes, it is. Just going to mirror this. Okay, this would make it easier for us to work with this. Go ahead and mirror that. Okay. Let's go ahead and view the. Yep, so it still looks like the full thing. Let's go ahead and save. Let's deal with the interior. Okay, we need to make the same cut for here. Or close to it. So let's look for the bottom boot. I believe it's these things here. I believe it starts right here. Let's go ahead and let's press Y for ripping, or V, sorry, V for rip. Vertices, and then we're gonna select just these parts here. That makes us separate Y. P for separation, separate selection. And let's do the same thing with the back. Back is a little easier. Okay, V for rip. L. And then we're gonna go ahead and separate that with P. Okay. So technically we could go ahead and hide these parts here. We have kind of like what's supposed to happen on the interior. I could also scale Z 0. Oh, scale Z 0. Whoa, why is that not scaling? Oh, is it local? Oh, go global. Scale Z 0. Not even. Oh, my nums lock is off. That's why. That'll do it. Oh, well, it's all kinds of crazy. Okay, scale Z 0. There you go. Okay, we're gonna hook these. I'm gonna try to hook this up here to make sense. I have. Okay, let's see if we could do like an F on this. F, 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 okay. So far, so good. We're making a boot part here. Let's try to run an F on this again. Ooh, we got a part right here that's not lining up. Let's make a triangle. Could do that. Let's select these verts right here. Scale Z. I'm gonna grab Z. Gonna snap it on along the same level as this. So grab Z again. Yep. Press F. Oh, that's not working like that. Hey, we got a lot happening right here. It's okay, we could do this. And we could sort all this out later. As long as we get some kind of way to fill that, I think is the most important thing. Okay. But if I put that on, then I just right click. I don't know if that'll work, but it was an idea. It's a good idea. Okay. Ooh. All right. So you kind of somewhat got the interior of this side of the boot. This inside part here should be easier. Okay, this part worked out. And this probably will be cut short because this we're probably gonna house some kind of plate for her foot. For her foot. Because if we turn the concept on, yeah, feet is like right there. The blender's just taking some time. Yep. So it's gonna house something for her foot to go into. Oh, we got a lot of work, guys. I gotta make her toes better. Her feet, I should say, not just her toes. Again. Okay, guys, I'm gonna shift. Ooh, let's turn the snap edge off. Alright, so something like that. That's where it's gotta go. Well, we gotta, the interior of this has gotta be worked on like big time. Go ahead and save. Okay, guys, so we got this happening, and this has got to split like in this way and that way. So I'm going to take this and pick these. Oh yeah, this and this. Shift C. I'm gonna bring the cursor. Actually, let's bring the cursor. This is where the. This is where that is. Bring the cursor over there. Cursor to selected. Okay, let's bring that over there. Hide that. Hide that. Oh. I thought I was getting some weird anomalies, but I think they went away. Okay, so basically this is supposed to open up a certain way, like that to that, that to that. So I'm going to just drop this mesh into here. Maybe that might not be a good idea, but let's rotate this part here. So let's see, this rotates slightly, like about, what's that, 11? Let's go minus 10 degrees. And let's do the interior just to kind of get it there. Okay, all right. Yeah, because I don't think the front should rotate like that. This should just slightly open like that, and then everything else hinges off of this. Right, and in actuality, we don't need to have this deep. This literally could be a lot higher. So let's go ahead and no, but if I'm hinging, okay, so maybe it's split here. I'm thinking out loud, guys. Split here. Let's have it split right here. Okay, so we need some sort of apparatus that goes up in the middle. Okay, and I think that'll actually make things better. Yeah. Okay. That's it. Let's zero this out. Alt 0. Zero that out. Let's go ahead and save that. So this will be a whole different, this will be a whole nother engineering thing that we gotta do. We gotta work on. I'm gonna just turn off the, oh, turn that off for a minute. Turn this off for a minute. Okay, we're just mostly dealing with one thing here. Okay. Let's turn all these off. Okay. This here needs to not be like this. This needs to rotate the other way. So I'm gonna select. You know, we could actually affect the origins only, which is amazing that they have that in Blender now. Grab Z, and I could snap it like right about there. That's amazing. I'm so glad to put that in here. Oops. Bring that up to there. Okay, so we gotta make the connection here. Okay, let's press F on this. There you go. That filled that up. Save. Okay, that's one side. This is interior 2. Okay, this needs some TLC. Okay. Keeping it moving, guys. Keeping it moving. Move along, sir. Nothing to see here. Okay, let's select these two. Press F. So it brings us up to, okay. Do the same thing on the other side. Ooh. I don't like that. Stop right there. Look at that, these two triangles here. Okay. Bam. Okay, not perfect, but I believe we're getting somewhere. Yeah, I believe we're getting somewhere. Oh. Let's go ahead and just adjust these a little bit. Okay. It's feeling a little bit better. Okay. The interior will probably be a lot different once we start to sculpt it. I'm thinking, you know, probably just going with some just regular polygon modeling and that kind of thing, but we'll see how that works out. Okay, I'm gonna hide the exteriors. That's what we got. Okay, let's come out of that. Let's go into regular mode here. Yeah, this definitely wants to be like this to break apart. So that's interesting. This here, on the other hand, wants to be something different. I'm going to move origins. Grab Y. Put it go up to there maybe. And I believe this wants to come out more. Okay, about there maybe. But this wants to hinge it a different way. Yeah. Let's go with the exterior. Let's do that. Let's go the other exterior. Let's go ahead and cursor to selected. And let's select this exterior. Let's go like that. Okay. So I believe all the parts to do the hinging is working. So it's got to be rigged slightly different from the other one, the other rig. Okay, so this is kind of like what we got so far. And because how this hinges out. Okay, so let's get rid of all the exterior elements. Alright, so we only have the interior elements. Let's take a look at that. You could actually do isolation in Blender by hitting the slash key on your numpad. There's an isolation mode. It's pretty nifty. It's pretty fun to use. Okay, I may also do a lot more to that interior part there. Let's go. So I can select like these two parts, this part here and this part here, and then isolate it. And I could just see the side of what should happen. I'm just gonna go ahead and save. So I need to build up like some kind of structure in here. That could also be done in 3D Code. Let's unhide the girl and have her in a separate thing. I gotta have her in the operation mode. So this was just a thing. Let's hide this concept here. Let's pose her into like some kind of operation mode. Go into pose mode. Bone collection, layer 1. Pose position. Sure. This is a reset position. This is a pose position. And this is just me rotating this just to work or whatever. Okay, let's see if we could bring up a asset viewer here. So these are the different poses here. It's unassigned. Current file. Give us a category called as pose. Hero pose. Okay, guys, I'll be right back. I hear somebody calling me. I'll be right back. Hold on. Okay, guys, so I have to split out, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. We're gonna end the stream for a little bit. When I come back, we'll start it back up. I was thinking about just leaving the stream to run, but I don't think there's any profit in that. So whenever I'm on, I'm gonna be here, and if I have to split, I'm gonna have to split. So we have like a bazillion. We'll have a bazillion little tiny short clips, and maybe that's the best thing. We'll see how it works out. Okay, I'll see you guys in a little bit. From me and X Nikki, take it easy. And thanks for hanging out with me with working on productive stuff, right? We'll get into I can't wait to get into some modeling of the interior of that robot, or even sculpting and that kind of thing. So I'll see you guys in a little bit, okay? Bye bye.